Hello students, up to now we have seen about the differential amplifier analysis in R parameters. So I will just recall what is differential amplifier. The differential amplifier is an amplifier which amplifies the difference between the input signals. If two input voltages are there, then the difference between the two inputs will be amplified by the differential amplifier. That type of an amplifier is called as a differential amplifier. So the differential amplifier is the basic building block of the operational amplifier. So in entire unit we are going to discuss about the operational amplifier. So in this operational amplifier, the differential amplifier is a basic building block. That's why we are going to discuss about it. Okay. So up to now we have seen R parameter analysis, which is simpler than other. So that's why we have completed R parameter analysis for the dual input balanced output and dual input unbalanced output, and also we have discussed about the comparison table of the R parameter analysis. Now you have to do the analysis for the remaining two differential amplifier configurations. Okay, so in this class we are going to discuss about the analysis of a differential amplifier using H parameters. In examination, any one of the method is enough, but in order to do some problems, so sometimes they may specifically ask you to write about H parameter analysis. For that purpose, we are going to discuss about the same analysis using H parameters. So if they are not mentioned the analysis method, we can go for any one of the method, either H parameter method or else R parameter methods. That is not at all a problem. Okay, so let us move into the topic, the analysis of a differential amplifier using H parameters. In this, I am going to take one dual input balanced output differential amplifier. So it is a multi-stage amplifier section. So in this, the stage 1 will have the VS1 as our input signal, and stage 2 has the input signal of VS2. Okay, so these two stages are identical stages and having the same input voltage of plus VCC, and these two stages emitters are joined and given to the minus VEE supply through RE resistor. Okay, so here output is taken between the two collectors of our differential amplifier. So from the C1 and from the C2, so we are taking the output voltage V0. So this type of output taking is called as balanced output. If we have taken the output voltage across the C1 or C2 with respect to ground, then that is called as the unbalanced output. Okay, so in order to do the analysis was divided into two types. One is the AC analysis, another one is the DC analysis. So first we will do the DC analysis in order to get the operating point, VCEQ and ICEQ values. So the DC analysis of the H parameter is similar to what we have done in R parameter analysis. So in order to do the DC analysis, we have to first obtain the DC equivalent circuit. The DC equivalent circuit should not contain any AC sources. Here you can observe the VS1 and VS2 are the AC signal sources, and these two AC signals must be grounded. Okay, so that the equivalent circuit of dual input balanced output differential amplifier DC equivalent circuit will be like this. Okay, so here there is no VS1 and VS2, they are set to 0, and we have the DC voltages, the plus VCC and minus VE supply. So here you can observe the two loops, one is the input side loop, another one is the output side loop. Okay, so here one thing, these two sections are identical sections. That thing we have to remember. To determine the operating point values, VCEQ and ICEQ of a differential amplifier, we have to apply the KVL to the base emitter loop. Here is the base emitter loop. So we can do analysis for transistor amplifier section, that is enough. Okay, so if you apply KVL to this loop, base emitter loop section, so what we get, minus IBRS minus VBE minus 2IERE plus VEE is equal to 0. So usually we can write like this, minus VEE in another side. Okay, so if you take the minus VEE to the left hand side, it will become plus VEE. Okay, so plus VEE is equal to minus IBRS minus VBE plus 2IERE. Why it is 2IERE means because we are getting the two emitter currents from Q1 as well as the Q2. Both are giving the IE currents. IE plus IE is equal to 2IE because these two are in same direction. Okay, so now, but we know that the beta is equal to IC by IB. From that we can write IC is equal to beta times of IB, and also we know IC, the collector current, is approximately equal to the emitter current IE. Okay, now we can replace IB is equal to IE by beta. So instead of IC we can write IE. Okay, IB is equal to, if you take IB from here, IB is equal to IC by beta actually, and we know IC is equal to IE, that's why IB is equal to IE by beta we can write. Now we can substitute, instead of IB in the equation number 1, IE by beta. Substituting the IB is equal to IE by beta in the equation number 1, then we get minus IE by beta into RS minus VBE minus 2 IERE plus VEE is equal to 0. Okay, here one thing we can observe, IE is common in these two terms, so that's why I am taking IE as common. Then what we get, minus RS by beta, here in this term minus 2RE plus VEE minus VBE is equal to 0. Now I can write IE as IE is equal to, if you take this VE to the right hand side, we can get, or else you can take this entire IE term by taking minus as common and take this IE term into the right hand side, it will become plus. So whatever it is, it will become IE is equal to VEE minus VBE by 2RE. So here RS by beta is a very small value. We know that RS is the source resistance that offers a very less resistance in order of 100 ohms or 200 ohms. So that's why small value divided by the beta is a large value. That's why small value by large value is a small value, hence the RS by beta has been neglected. Okay, so that the IE equation will becomes VEE minus VBE by 2RE, and the collector voltage of Q1 is equal to, here we can calculate the collector voltage VC, and here we can calculate the emitter voltage VE. In order to get the output voltage VCE, in order to find the Q point VCEQ, we have to get the difference between VC and VE. Okay, so that's why we are going to calculate the VC value, the collector voltage of Q1, and VC can be get as, so here VC is equal to, here applied voltage is VCC minus the drop in this resistor, so plus VCC minus IC into RC. So instead of RC1 we are directly writing it as RC because these two sections are identical sections. RC1 is equal to RC2 is equal to RC only. Okay, and also similarly RS1 is equal to RS2 is equal to RS only. Okay, that's why instead of 1 or 2 we can directly writing it as RC. Okay, therefore VCE, the output voltage, can be given as VC minus VE, the collector voltage minus the emitter voltage. So we already calculated VC as VCC minus ICRC. just substituting the value in the VCE equation. So VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC minus of, so the emitter voltage is nothing but the VBE value. Here the emitter is directly given to VBE voltage. So that's why the voltage at the emitter is equal to the VBE only. So here the VBE is a negative because it is opposite in polarity. So it becomes minus VBE. Therefore, VCE is equal to VCC minus ICRC minus of minus VBE. So here minus of minus will becomes plus. Therefore, VCE is equal to VCC plus VBE minus ICRC. This is the equation for the output voltage of our differential amplifier in the DC analysis. So here VCE is the voltage that sets the operating point. That's why it is called as VCEQ, the Q point value. For the differential amplifier, the operating point values VCEQ is approximately equal to VCE. So VCEQ is equal to this value, and ICEQ is nothing but IE value what we have calculated previously, which is VEE minus VBE by 2RE. Okay, so in the DC analysis, the operating point values IE is approximately equal to ICEQ, which is VEE minus VBE by 2RE, and VCEQ is equal to VCC plus VBE minus ICRC. Okay, this is about the DC analysis of a differential amplifier, which is same as what we have done in the R parameter analysis. So next thing we are going to discuss about the AC analysis using H parameters in for the differential amplifier. Okay, analysis of a differential amplifier using H parameters. Values what we are going to calculate in this analysis is differential voltage gain AD and the differential input resistance and the output resistance of the differential amplifier. So the first parameter what we are going to calculate is differential voltage gain AD. So in order to do this, we have to get the equivalent circuit of this. So usually we already know the differential amplifier is a multi-stage amplifier. So that's why the and also the both multi-stage sections are identical section. So we can do analysis for only one section, that is enough. Okay, so that's why I have taken only the left hand side amplifier section. So later on I will apply to enter differential amplifier. I am going to do analysis for only one stage of my differential amplifier. Okay, so the differential amplifier is a combination of the two amplifier section, CE amplifier section. I am going to do AC analysis for only single amplifier, CE amplifier section. This is a single CE amplifier section, and also in order to do the AC analysis, whatever the DC sources that are present, that should be given to the ground terminal. So here you can observe the plus VCC is directly given to the ground terminal, and minus VA is supply also given to the ground terminal. So the AC signal source Vs is present. Actually, Vs is the input signal voltage, but we are considering only one half of the differential amplifier section. That's why the Vs will become Vs by 2. Only half of the input voltage we are assuming. Okay, the current flowing in the base of the transistor Q1 is IB, and the current flowing in the collector of the transistor Q1 is IC. Okay, and we are taking the output across the collector of the Q1 section. Okay, so and this is a base, collector, emitter section, and RS is the source resistance, and Vs by 2 is the supply voltage. Okay, next we are going to draw the H parameter equivalent circuit of this differential amplifier. So H parameter analysis. So this transistor was replaced with the H parameter equivalent circuit, which is also called as, also known as Y parameter. So Y model of transistor, which is a simplified hybrid model of the transistor. So first of all, in the equivalent circuit, we will draw the signal source as well as the source resistance as it is. So here you can observe Vs by 2 and Rs has been drawn as it is, and the remaining pins of the transistors, base, emitter and collector has been marked here, and we already know in the Y analysis, Y model or simplified analysis of a transistor, from the base to emitter, we have a resistance HIE, which is the input resistance of the transistor. So from the base to emitter, we have HIE and the emitter was grounded. And in H parameters, from the collector to emitter, we have a dependent current source which is HFE-IB. Okay, you can observe here from the collector to emitter, we have HFE-IB current source, and the direction of the current source is from the collector to the emitter. Okay, so next thing, the transistor equivalent circuit we have drawn, and Vs Rs mentioned as these, and only parameter that we have to mention in the equivalent circuit is Rc. So this Rc is in between the Q1 collector and to the ground terminal. So that's why from the C to the ground we have mentioned the Rc, and we are taking the output voltage across the Q1 collector to the ground terminal. That's why V0 is mentioned here. So here you can observe the two loops. One is the input side loop, another one is the output side loop, like this. Okay, so in the input side loop we have the base current IB. The current flowing in the input side loop is IB current, and in the output side loop we have only one current, that is HFE IB current. This HFE IB current is equivalent to IC current. And now we are going to do analysis using H parameter. So in order to do this, we have to apply KVL for the input side loop. So here the voltage source is Vs by 2 and minus IB into Rs minus IB into HIE is equal to 0. Okay, in this loop Vs by 2 is the source and minus IB Rs minus IB HIE. So in this equation, these two terms are containing IB and IB, so that we can take IB as common. So minus IB is taken as common here. Minus IB into Rs plus HIE is equal to, if you take Vs by 2 to the right hand side, we will get minus Vs by 2. So here minus in the left hand side and minus in the right hand side, we will get cancelled. Therefore, IB into Rs plus HIE is equal to Vs by 2 we will get. So in order to calculate the IB value, IB is equal to Vs by 2 into Vs by 2 divided by Rs plus HIE. Okay, so this Rs plus HIE is multiplying here. If it go to the right hand side, it will divide the Vs. Okay, IB is equal to Vs by 2 into Rs plus HIE, which is equation number 2. Okay, now we are going to apply KVL for the output side loop. So here only one current is present and one voltage is present, V0. So the V0 is a voltage across the RC resistor. So V is equal to IR. So similarly, V0 is equal to minus HFEIB into RC, because the direction of current is opposite here. So that's why V0 is equal to minus HFEIB into RC. That is equation number 3. Now we can substitute the IB current value what we have calculated in the equation number 2. Substituting the equation 2 in the equation number 3. So V0 is equal to minus HFE RC. Instead of IB, we are writing Vs by 2 Rs plus HIE. Okay, up to now it is okay. So our intention is to calculate the differential voltage gain. The differential voltage gain, the voltage gain or differential voltage gain is the ratio of output voltage to input voltage. Here you can observe the output voltage V0 is present in the left hand side and the input voltage Vs is present in the right hand side. Okay, and Vs by 2 actually that is the input voltage. Vs by 2 is present in the right hand side. Okay, if you take the Vs to the left hand side, then it will get divides the V naught. Therefore, V naught by Vs is equal to minus HFE RC by 2 RS plus HIE. Okay, so here the negative sign indicates that the phase difference between the input and output. So here you can say, as it is a CE amplifier section, the input and output sections has 180 degrees phase difference. So which means that they are out of phase. Input and output both are out of phase. Okay, the two input signal magnitudes in a differential amplifier is Vs by 2 and Vs by 2. So initially it is Vs only, so we have divided into Vs by 2, Vs by 2. Okay, so if it is Vs by 2, then the differential voltage Vd is equal to Vs by 2 minus half minus Vs by 2. So we know Vd is equal to V1 minus V2. So V1 is Vs by 2 and V2 is minus Vs by 2 because it is operating in the differential mode. So that's why minus of minus will comes here. So minus of minus will becomes plus. Vs by 2 plus Vs by 2 is Vs. So if it is unbalanced mode of operation, up to now what we have calculated, AD is equal to V0 divided by Vs is equal to minus HFE RC by 2 into RS plus HIE, what we have calculated in the last slide. Okay, for balanced output. For balanced output, Vs is directly present. Vd is equal to Vs. So that's why Vd is equal to Vs. This equation will get multiplied with the 2 for the balanced output condition. Therefore, AD is equal to V0 divided by Vs, which is equal to 2 into minus HFERC by 2 into RS plus HIE. Okay, this is the unbalanced output differential gain is multiplying into 2 because in balanced output condition, Vd, the differential voltage, is equal to Vs. So that's why it will get multiplied with the 2. Okay, therefore these 2 and this denominator 2 will get cancelled. The differential gain AD is equal to V0 by Vs, which is equal to minus HFE RC by RS plus HIE, which is for balanced output. So we can say for unbalanced output, this is the differential gain, and for the balanced output, this is the gain. The only difference is the denominator has the 2, so or else the gain is dividing into half for unbalanced output condition. For the balanced output, we won't get any 2 in the denominator section. So next thing we are going to calculate is the differential input impedance. So what is impedance actually? It is an equivalent resistance that is measured between the one of the input and the ground when the other input is grounded. So in order to calculate the input impedance, we have to calculate for the individual stages like Ri1, Ri2. Ri1 is the stage 1 input resistance or impedance, and Ri2 is the stage 2 input resistance or impedance. Okay, so when we are calculating one resistance like Ri1 or Ri2, other input source must be grounded. Okay, so that is the main condition when we are calculating the input resistance. So here you can say Ri is equal to Vs by Ib. So which means that the input resistance is the ratio of input voltage to input current, and we know Vs is the input voltage and Ib is the input current. Okay, just see in the equivalent circuit, this is the input side loop section. So from this we can calculate the value of Vs by beta in order to calculate the differential input impedance Ri. Okay, apply KVL to the input side loop, then we will get minus IBRS minus IBHIE plus Vs by 2 is equal to 0. Okay, the same analysis what we have done for the differential voltage gain. Okay, so here Vs is equal to 2 into Ib into Rs plus HIE. So what we have done here, we have taken this IBRS and IBHIE to the right hand side. So the both terms containing IB. So we have taken IB as common, IB into RS plus HIE. So which will goes to the right hand side section, and then this Vs by 2 in the left hand side, right? This denominator 2 will go to the right hand side and multiplies the IB into RS plus HIE, so that we can say Vs, the input signal voltage, is equal to 2 into IB into RS plus HIE. So our main intention is to calculate the differential impedance Ri, which is equal to Vs by IB. So Vs is in left hand side and IB is in the right hand side. Then we can take an IB to the left hand side. So Ri is equal to Vs by IB, which is equal to 2 into RS plus HIE. So from this equation we can understand one thing: this input resistance is not depending on whether the output is a balanced or unbalanced output. Okay, the input resistance does not depends on the output, whether the output is balanced or unbalanced. Whatever it is, the input resistance is equal to the 2 into RS plus HIE. Even though similarly, if you calculate for the second stage of our differential amplifier, then Ri is equal to Vs by Ib is equal to 2 into Rs plus HIE only. Okay, so the both sections has a same input resistance. Next thing we are going to calculate is the R naught, output resistance of our differential amplifier. It is defined as the equivalent resistance measured between the one of the output terminal with respect to the ground. Okay, so either we can take any stage of our differential amplifier. So and with respect to the ground, if you see whatever the resistance that are present, that will be the output resistance of our differential amplifier, so that we can say the output resistance R naught is equal to RC. Okay, I will show you from the equivalent circuit. Okay, here if you see from the output side, so here RC and HFEIB, the two components are there. The HFEIB is a current source which offers very high resistance, so that we can neglect this resistance. Okay, so the output resistance seen from the output side is RC only. Okay, so this is the analysis of our differential amplifier using H parameters. Okay, now we are going to compare all the H parameter models. Okay, dual input balanced output configuration, the differential gain AD is equal to minus HFE RC by RS plus HIE. Just now we have calculated, and the input resistance RI is equal to 2 into RS plus HIE, and the output resistance R naught is equal to RC. Okay, for dual input unbalanced output configuration. So up to now we have discussed first this thing only. After that we have multiplied it with 2 in order to get the balanced output. Okay, so for the dual input unbalanced output configuration, so the differential gain AD is equal to minus HFE RC by 2 into RS plus HIE, and RI is same 2 into RS plus HIE, and R naught is equal to RC. For the single input balanced output configuration, minus HFE RC by RS plus HIE, which is same as dual input balanced output differential gain, and input resistance is 2 into RS plus HIE, and the output resistance is RC. For the single input unbalanced output configuration, the differential gain AD is equal to minus HFE RC by 2 into RS plus HIE, and the differential input resistance Ri is equal to 2 into RS plus HIE, and the output resistance is equal to RC. So here you can observe one thing, the input resistance or a differential input resistance is same for all stages, and the output resistance is also same for the all stages. Only the change is the differential gain of our differential amplifier. Okay, if it is balanced output, we won't get 2 in the denominator. So if it is unbalanced output, we will get 2 in the denominator section. Okay, So these are the key points to remember the differential gains of differential amplifier using H parameters. Okay, so in the next class we are going to see about the differential amplifier with swamping resistors.